Hi, Jet. I was just doing an art piece, and I was like, you know what? It's been a while since I've live streamed myself doing art. So why not? I got most of the shading done for the face. Oh, and I accidentally did the shading for some of the face on the hair layer. Okay, let me fix that. Let's see. Wait, how much of it did I do? Oh, okay, not much. Okay, there you go. Oh yeah, I was gonna play music. My bad. That was a little loud. But yeah, I'm just working on some art. Some fan art. If you can tell who it is, uh, it's pretty. I think it's a little obvious who it is, but I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I was looking at the time lapse of it. I'm still working on the face, and then I'll work on the neck and the hair. All of the shading is on one layer. I'm trying something new. I've been doing this for a lot of my new art. I'm also trying a grayscale to color map type of thing, so we'll see how that goes. Cause I did a grayscale with another art piece with this one, but it wasn't like true grayscale. And then I don't think I really, I don't know, cause like I can show I did color it in, but it just doesn't look good, right? It looks kind of it kind of looks like alcohol markers. I don't know if that makes sense. um, but like it looks like alcohol markers. Um, but yeah, so I'm kind of just doing some art. Let me put my phone to charge. It's not charging. Oh, there you go. Okay. But yeah, I was struggling to get it to be grayscale. As you can see, there's like a orangey yellowy tint to it, so I just had to lower the saturation. Um, but yeah, so I just finished doing the eyes, kind of. I have to do the pupils and stuff and the details in his eyes. Um, but I was just kind of getting a rough shape of the eyeballs. And then, of course, I have a TikTok, the tiny keyboard. That's my art TikTok. And that's where I'll post my speed paint. Um, but yeah, I didn't feel like going by another version of Cherry, even though my name on TikTok is still Cherry on my art account. The handle itself is like I got it by choosing a random thing I saw, and so at the time my roommate had like a bunch of old like keyboards and stuff, and a shelf in the living room. So when I made the account, I was like, you know what? I'll just choose that word, and then a random adjective. So yeah. So oop. So yeah, I'm just kind of trying to blend. I've been doing this thing recently where I only use um, one brush, and that's been kind of interesting. Um, I'm using the cream pencil, the SU cream pencil. I got it off the Clip Studio store thing, and I just like adjusted it a little bit. I don't think what. Oh yeah, I just adjusted the density to 55 instead of 100, and I think that's about it. It doesn't have any stabilization. My other one I was using as a line art type of thing, but this one is just to color and to do to do art to just do this. I thought it'd be a fun like thing to try out, you know. But yeah. Of course, I'm trying to somewhat blend out the hiccups. I'm trying to somewhat blend out my layers, you know, my colors. I think I need to go darker on this side. Because this is kind of... It's not that dark. But that's also why I'm messing with this. Because it helps me be more confident with my shadows. That's something I know I've always been like a little iffy about. Actually, wait. And I have a reference that I'm looking at. So if you see me looking over here, it is because I'm looking at my reference. I don't know if I'm gonna go exactly as the reference or if I'm gonna add stuff in. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. You know? We'll just see how it goes. I didn't know if I should go live on TikTok because I'm just doing art. And usually people like when I play games on TikTok, but it's been a while since I've done some art, you know? So I thought I'd bring it back for a little. Okay. I really want to emphasize the shadows on this side of the face. And yeah, I mean, it's been fun using this brush and like playing with shadows and playing with not being able to blend. I think it's definitely something that's been a little difficult to get a handle of. Because I'm also very used to over blending my stuff. My art tends to sometimes get over blended. Maybe I'll like blend a little bit later on, but right now, no. Okay. But yeah, the bigger the brush, the lighter it gets. So I'm gonna use that. I use that to my advantage to kind of like add somewhat of a transitional blend. See? Kind of like that. And then just going with light strokes. I guess this is showing you guys my technique as well. Okay, yeah, that shadow kind of makes the nose look a little wonky, so we'll just do that then. And then color theory is crazy too, because sometimes I think, oh, this shadow or this color might be dark enough, and then I move it over and I was like, oh, that's too light. Like if I get this one from right here and then I move it over here, it's not as like, look at that. Look at that color theory, guys. Oh, this is gonna all show up on the speed paint too. Okay, let's define the nose a little more. Just so that, there you go. Okay. Now the lips, I don't really have a technique when it comes to lips. I kind of just base it off vibes. like I said in my other, here, let me keep that sketch up. I kind of just went with like zigzags and basic shapes, and strokes instead of like a defined look. So that's what I'm gonna do here. So this part is gonna be a little darker, just because it's in the shadow. You know? And then I'm not gonna go too dark. We're gonna add a little bit of a little bit of definition, you know? Um, okay. I think that's good. I don't want to, like, do too much on the lips. But we are gonna do that. And then I'm gonna go a little thinner. And then we'll just get this color to kind of just do that, you know? Okay. Now let's work on the eyes, which I'm gonna regret having outlined the eyelashes instead of shading and then outlining, but it's okay. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna shade in the white. So typically it's just like the eyelids, casting a shadow, and then I'm gonna make a transition color so that it's not too harsh of a line. And then I'll go in a little bit bigger to shade it a little more. There. Not much shading has to be done, but yeah. Okay. So same thing, you know. And then I'll just move in with a smaller brush to make sure everything goes a little smoother and I don't mess up too many details. Okay. Let me fix that right there. Okay. No. Okay, let me get a bigger brush. Okay. So got the pupil. And then we do shading. The transition. And then I'm gonna go in with the darker color. Actually, no, not that way, this way. I usually like to do like a thicker, darker line that really emphasizes which way the shadows are. So like that. That's something I really like to do with my pupil shading. And then just make sure it's the shape I want it to be. you know? Let me fix this up a little, clean it up, you know? And then we'll go in with our highlight. So my highlight is just a bunch of squigglies. You know, it's just a bunch of squigglies that we then go in and add a smaller one, which is lines. I like to emphasize this one with lines and then little squigglies, lines, squigglies, so on. So the other one is squigglies, and that is our line squiggles. I don't know how to explain it other than like that. I do think this eye might need to be made bigger. So we're just gonna try to do that. Okay, let's see how that looks. Alright, that's better. And then we'll just fill in like that. And then we just do that. And then we do our highlight. So highlight in the eye. And then, actually this one has to be a little lighter, so it's more visible. What shape should I do? Usually I do a heart, but I think I'll do a star for my little glint. Yeah, usually I like to do a heart in my eye, but we'll do a star for our wizard, our cleric. Okay, so this is the face so far. Next I have to do the eye, not the eyes, the ears, and then the eyebrows. That's what I was trying to say. And then we can do the neck and the hair, and then any little small details I want to add, and then we'll practice coloring like this. Yep. Okay. So with ears, one thing I learned, wait, let me clean up the outside of this. Oop, that's not what I meant to do. I'm just gonna clean up this a little. Just so it's not as messy. Alright. And then we'll do that. And then we'll do that. Okay. Cool, and then we'll just clean this up a little. Cool. So the ears, we'll go with this color. So usually for the ears, I start out with the crease here. You know, do it on this side too. And then I'm gonna have to remember how to color an ear. I always forget because it's a Y with a question mark, right? Just wait, chat. I have a book for this. Be right back. I don't know what it is, but I really like making ears very detailed. Um, like, let me see. What art did I do that I made the ears pretty detailed? I think it was my clown one. I mean, I like detailing ears. I don't know what it is. I think before it used to be eyes. I would love doing the details for eyes, but now it's ears. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so it's a question mark. The way you do ears is it's a question mark right here. Then it's like this. And then it's like this. More like that. Like that, essentially, is how you do ears. For the shading. So it'll... Here, let me turn off the hair just so I can see the ear better. Yeah, there we go. I got into the habit of doing C, which is my shortcut for the eraser, essentially. Not eraser, but the... Oh. Accidentally flipped the canvas. Okay. This is basically like our shadow points. Oh. And then we can go in and start highlighting. Highlighting is very important. It really makes your drawing pop. You know? Okay. And then let me really emphasize some shadows. You know, it's the thought that counts, you know, when it comes to ears sometimes. Okay. We'll just do that. This one doesn't have to be as detailed since we don't see as much, you know? Though I will clean it up a little. Cool. Wait. Wrong layer. There. The nose kind of looks weird, so I want to emphasize that the shadow is moving over the nose. See, I think it's lighter than it actually is, or darker than it actually is. But it works. It works. So that's what counts. Okay. So that's the head. Now I'm gonna go in and start shading the neck. So first, let's get this color. And then what I'm gonna do is realize I was on the wrong layer. Okay. Cool. No, I'll leave it like that. But that, I'll just do this. Cool. Okay. I'm just making sure my shadows are where I want them to be. And then I know I'm not talking much, but it's because I am trying to focus. It's a lot of just making sure I have the right gray, essentially. Let me just do this with this, and then like this. And then we do need a darker color over here. Just so that the transition between the head and the neck is a lot more obvious. Cool. I don't think I can go live on my art account. Otherwise, I would. So then we start adding back our highlight. Okay. Oh my gosh. Do you ever have that thing where you breathe in and your nose starts to hurt? 'Cause that just happened to me. Okay, wait. I keep going on the wrong layers. I just wanted a little more depth on that side of the face. Even if it's not a lot. Okay. Let me just add some, fill in some of this that needs to be filled in. And then we'll just come in here. Make sure the hair is how I want it to be. And then the same over here. Which I'm gonna do this a little more. Okay, I accidentally zoomed in. Cool. Oh wait, I didn't do the eyebrows. I forgot the eyebrows. Eyebrows are pretty simple. It's just making sure the shapes go the way I want them to go. And just emphasizing those spaces, you know? There. I can see right through it, just so you know. And then We're just gonna go in with big shapes. Just to emphasize the shape of the hair. You know? I hate that my pen for some reason doesn't let me drag, but my mouse does. It's a little annoying. You know? I didn't like how I did the hair in my characters, my personas version, so I'm gonna fix that a little. Because before, over here, I did a lot of, it was mostly squiggly lines, and it definitely gave marker, like dried marker. But here, I'm gonna try to do a lot more blending, a lot more shapes that are thicker. But yeah. So we're just gonna put emphasis on these shapes. Like I said, hair, a lot of this is just shapes. Let's go a little darker and a little smaller. So like down here is definitely gonna be darker because it's below the hair. And then we're gonna come and we're just gonna go over it to really show that that's underneath. Okay. Yeah. We're just gonna cool. I accidentally switched brushes. I think with the highlight is when we can really go with squiggles. Just because it's the highlight, you know? It's not gonna be, it's more of a shine light than the hair itself. Okay. How do I feel about that hair? Oop, wrong one. You know what? I wanted to fix that shape a little more. Okay. Cool. So that's how I do portraits. You guys didn't get to see the full thing on the face, but I showed a lot, I feel. Something's bothering me about the face though. I think it's this little piece right here. There. I think that's what was bothering me. Okay. I don't know if I want to add anything else. Okay. Well, I'm gonna save this as a JPEG, and then what I'm gonna do is open and open it again, and then okay. So this is going to be our layer with all the color, right? Spaghetti. Eat it up. I've never actually played with gradient maps before. Is it because it's not on it? Why is it not working? Yeah, why isn't it working? Why is the gradient map not working? How do I use a gradient map on Clip Studio Paint? Oh, okay, I get it now. I get it now. Ooh, that's too bright. Oh my god. Okay. Ugh, that looks bad. I think I like this one. But I don't know if this is what I want. Okay. I don't think we're gonna mess with gradient maps. Just wait, let me open it again. Okay. I think what I'm gonna do now is I might blend it a little. We'll see how blending it looks. I'm just gonna go in with my gouache blender a little. I'm also gonna blend out some of the harsher edges that are there. I'm not gonna blend a lot though. Just some of the parts where I'm like, that could have gone a little better. You know? I think... Oh, that's the wrong button. Yeah. Let me just... Like I said, not much of it needs to be blended out. It's just parts where I think the lines were a little too muddy looking. Okay. Yeah, it's mostly the skin that I wanted to blend. Not so much the hair, like I said, I like the shapes of the hair. I'll just soften some of them a little. Okay. Okay, so what I had done originally was this. Except this is a little too orangey. That's too yellowy. Just wait. And then... Oh wait, let's go a little more orangey. Okay. And then... Okay, wait. I'm just gonna have to do this. Don't worry, I'm gonna fix it, guys. We just need to make sure that the coloring gets there. Oh, I realized that. Okay. What am I looking at? J, 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 how is bunny patty? Okay, we're just gonna do this. And then I'm gonna go over the eyelashes again anyways, so... Or the eyelids anyways. So, I don't mind doing that like that. Actually, let's just do all of it. Why not? Why not? And then we'll do the same over here. You know what? Right now would be nice for Nightcore. This is the one we started with last time. Oh, I don't have my browser source. Okay, there you go. I need to sneeze. Oh wait, I could just... Okay. I'm just making sure... Yeah. I only had one class today. Oh. I was like, what do I... What color eyes does he have? Yes, that works. Hi! Hi, Spunky. How are you? Welcome, welcome. It has been a little. I'm just working on some art, you know? I thought... I was drawing and I was like, you know what? Might as well stream myself doing this. Especially because it's been a while since I've done art on stream. So, yeah. I'm... yeah. And then... what's it called? Yeah, I'm just trying out some new techniques. I found a new... well, I found a new art style. I started trying out a new art style, where I use one brush and I try to do everything on as little layers as possible. And it's been going good. It's definitely been... thank you. It's been a bit of a thing to get used to. But yeah. This is what we got so far. I don't know how I feel about the skin tone. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, this was it without any of the coloring. I like it without how many layers. Well, right now there's a lot of layers because I'm doing gradient maps, but technically it's 6 layers, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 layers. 2 for the hair, 2 for the head, and 2 for the neck. Also, let me know if the music's too loud. But yeah, it's basically just so that I can keep the shapes and the shading in the same spot that I want it to without having to worry. Yeah, I mean, let me put what's a good example of an art piece that has a lot of layers. Okay, so this has 27 layers. So this is one of my previous art pieces. Which that includes the sketch layers. I think every piece has its own layer. So for this, the skin, I think the arms might have their own layers. The hip braids, the hair, the ribbons, which I didn't add all of my ribbons to this, I realize. Yeah, so this is 27 layers compared to this, which is only 6 layers. This one is 6 layers as well. And this is only 1 layer. This is what started it all. I decided to challenge myself. 1 layer, 1 brush. Just focus on what I could do with that, you know, shapes and shading. Yeah. So I 3D modeled. Well, I used VRoid Studio and then I used Blender as well. What is that? I don't know. I just was on Pinterest. I mixed clown makeup with like skeletal makeup, calavera makeup. And I was gonna add hair or like a jester hat to this character, or like this portrait, but I felt like it didn't need anything else. But yeah, this is more so like trying to figure out. Okay. But yeah. And so now we've got this one, which we're slowly adding color to it. This one was like the first where I was like, okay, let me try to actually make this a style. I didn't like the hair though. It looks like, I said this earlier, it looks like it's giving dried out marker. And then I tried fixing that here a little. Of course the highlight still looks a little dried marker like, but I don't mind. And then I just blended a little bit to fix so it looks better with the colors on it. But I feel like I didn't go dark enough with the shading. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I feel like I could have gone a little darker. What did I use for the skin tone? This? Yep. Yeah, I think I can add a little bit more shading on my own. It also doesn't look like my usual... Oh, I forgot. Because there's no blush. I forgot the blush. I usually love adding... Ooh, that does not look good. It's because I'm using the wrong brush. Just like in real life, I like to add a lot of blush to my characters. I don't know why. Especially the nose area. And then... Oh, I'm not in on that layer. But yeah. I don't know. I think I might leave it grayscale. Also, I think his nose came out too small. Now I'm looking at it. I think his nose came out. Digital takes a little bit to get used to. I think like it's just practice. Like everything, it's just practice. Is that better? I did it too big. I don't think I need to make it that much bigger. Okay, wait. Let me see. Okay. I don't know. I think I like it in the grayscale. I tried a gradient map. No, your worries. You're good. You're good. I tried a grayscale thing. A gradient map, and I kind of liked it like this. Wrong one. Which one was it? This one. But I don't know. Let's see. Yeah. No, that looks bad. Eh. No, that's too bright. That's too red. That's even more red. That's okay. I like this one. I don't know. I just like purple. Oh, that one's okay. That one's not too bad. Eh. I don't know. That feels a little too bright. That's way too bright. Okay, then we already know that one. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe a little less saturated. Oh, I see so many artists do... Right? I see so many artists do grayscale and then they add the colors over. But I don't know. I don't know. And like I could do start with color in the beginning. But I don't know. But yeah, I was kind of doing this because I wanted to do a TikTok where I show off like my different art styles. Because like I have this new style. And then I have like this little chibi style, I guess. And then my simple art style when I do more like full body sometimes. So this was for animation meme that I did. So it's like rough sketch type look, and then we have the chibi style, And then we have this like more realistic style or detailed style that I have. But I was gonna do fan art with each one. Yeah. These are all posted on my TikTok. My art TikTok. Um, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. The only one, I mean, with this one, the reason I liked it was because I don't know. I don't know why I liked it. It's just something fun to do, you know. Let's see. And then, I mean, I was working on another fan art one of Chapel Roan, but I didn't like it too much. But yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of art that I like to do. I have like multiple fandoms I'm in that I like to make art for. It just kind of depends on my mood. But yeah. And sometimes I'll just like see a photo I like and I'll just use it as a reference. You know? What should I draw next? Hmm. Thing is also cherry. Should we do a realistic cherry? Or should I so I have my little shark, right? My little shark persona, which is literally this. This is literally how I draw that little shark persona that I have. Um, that's that's her. Let me see. Do I have any images of her? She might be in my emotes. Yeah. I mean, she's a very simple creature. Uh, so I thought, should I redesign her? Oh my god, why is my computer lagging? Okay, I don't know why I was doing that. But I don't think I need to redesign her. Hmm. Let's see. Let's see. What should I draw? I'm gonna wanna do a landscape type art piece once I finish my church. Once I finish the church on the modded server, I want to do a painting of my character in the church. I think it'd be really cool. It might not be as good as I want it to be, but I'll think of it. But I want to finish the church before I start drawing it, just so I have a good idea of like what I'm gonna do. You know? Hmm. Excuse me. Hmm. I'm like thinking what to draw. I'm drawing a blank, y'all. Haha, get it? Drawing a blank. I'm tired. I stayed up till 1 a.m. watching Fight Club with a friend. Which was, it was a, I think it was a good movie, you know? The, the dangers of toxic masculinity and not knowing how to cope with yourself. it was interesting. Hmm. I'm so bad at doing. I always do 3/4. I think I'm such a typical artist doing that. I don't like doing front front portraits. Like facing forward. I don't know what it is about it that I don't really like doing it. I think it's cuz it's like I feel like it has to be symmetrical type thing. But then when I try to make it symmetrical, it just doesn't come out the way I want it to.
Hate that.
Okay. I did like half of the face too high. Milk wrong color. When I do this, I feel like one of those eraser artists. Except I actually do the drawing. You know? My default is always to draw a clown. I don't know what it is. What is it about clowns that makes me want to draw them? And do my makeup like that? You know? I'm looking for a reference of Gerard Way that I like. Should we do Helena Gerard Way? Okay. Let's... Okay. Is this a good skin tone? Color? I feel like he's paler than this. And I don't want him to look like paper white. Okay, wait. I'm gonna do that just so I can keep a track of where I mapped out things. And then we're gonna see if I can do the same technique, but instead of in black and white with colors. What are you drawing? I'm gonna try to draw Gerard Way from My Chemical Romance. Yeah. We're gonna see if I can do that. There was a reference I had here. I lost my reference. Bruh. Accidentally. Okay, now it's not showing up anymore. I wanted to try testing a blood look. Okay. We'll go with this reference then. Okay. First of all, he's got some crazy cheekbones. Wait, let me erase his ear real quick. And then we're probably not gonna see his ears, but I'm still gonna add them. Just so I know where they're at. Yeah. If, let me... Do I have an image? No, that's my PNG tuber. Okay, let me... Image... Oh. I was like, what is image 2? That's what somebody asked me to put. Okay. Image 3. Oh my god, I gotta start naming my images. Okay, we'll just add a new image. Downloads. Let me just, hide as much as I can. So I don't get, so Twitch doesn't get mad. This is all fake blood, Twitch. It's fake blood. It's not real. But yeah, this is gonna be the inspiration. I'm not gonna stick to it fully, but that's essentially the look I'm gonna go for. Except... Oh. Okay. Okay, now I actually do kind of have to keep track of my colors. Because if I don't, it's gonna be a little hard. Okay. That's about the colors I'm gonna go for. And then this is actually gonna be for the eyelids. Okay, so first, his eye. Well, let me fill out everything and then. Um. Just wait. I don't know. I feel like the head isn't giving what I want it to. Okay. I'm just doing this so we can distinguish the neck from the head. We'll just give him his collar. Why not? Okay. See the main antagonist? Oh, so Gerard Way is a singer. He's the lead singer of a band called My Chemical Romance. Um, Never heard about My Chemical Romance? What? Okay, we gotta play some My Chemical Romance. Okay, wait. You have to have heard My Chemical Romance before. Let me add some My Chemical Romance songs to the queue real quick. That's crazy. To see a marching band. He said, son, when you grow up, would you be the savior of the broken, the beaten, and the damned? Apparently, my mom heard this song the other day, and she missed me. Because she was like, it's My Chemical Romance. I know she likes that band. Because it was playing on the radio. One day, I'll leave you a phantom to lead you in the summer to join the Black Parade. They are one of the most like influential emo bands. Even though people deny their emo, which technically they aren't emo, but they were such a big influence on emo culture. So everyone just says they're emo. Ah, I see, I see. So you know what? We're just gonna do this. Sometimes I get the feeling she's watching over me, and other times I feel like I should go. And through it all, the rise and fall, the bodies in the streets. And when you go, we want you oh to know. Oh my gosh, you should probably sleep. Sleep is very important. Carry on, and though your heart it can't contain it, the anthem won't explain it. A woman sends you reeling from decimated dreams. Your misery and hate will kill us all. Dude, his hair is so pretty. Oh no. Yeah, usually I stream a little. I've been streaming later, but yeah. I apologize. It's because I work throughout the day. This is the only day I'd only have work in the mornings. Do or die, you'll never break mine, cause the world will never take my heart. Will never break mine, I want it all. We wanna play this part to explain. A second sorry, I'm unashamed. Show my scars, give a chair for all the broken. But yeah. It's too small. But yeah. This is My Chemical Romance. Okay. I don't think I did his hair the way I wanted it to. I added a couple songs to the queue. Now I know that I can. Wait, why does it start all the way over there? Also, how did I know that one was gonna play? Radiohead? My brother loves Radiohead. And I know there's nothing left could save. So change that part. To change that part. To change. I wasn't looking at the tab, so when I started singing that song, I didn't know it was actually gonna play. But yeah. This is their song Famous Last Words. That's so demanding. Yes. I listen to them a lot. I actually own this album. Honey, you can stay, you'll be forgiven. Nothing you could say stop me going home. Hi Sleek, everybody using this emoji in 2026? The curling emoji? But welcome Sleek, I'm doing art. I just finished this art piece. I don't know, I still don't know how I feel about... I think I'm gonna keep it grayscale. I like the grayscale. But yeah. And then I'm working on a new piece. But yeah, what do you think, Sleek? I am not afraid to keep on living. I am not afraid. Never stop making art. Keep grinding. Thank you, Sleekus. Thank you, Sleek. Nothing you could say could stop me going. I am not. This is such a good song, though. This is a good album. I recommend it. Why the camel? That's just Sleek Goose for you. I said, I see you lying next to me, with words I thought I'd never speak, awake and unafraid, asleep or dead. 'Cause I see you lying next to me, with words I thought I'd never speak, awake and unafraid, asleep or dead. Sorry. One day you will be okay. With words I thought I'd never speak. Sometimes you just gotta sing the song like that. I am not afraid to keep on living. I am not afraid to walk this world alone. Stay, I'll be forgiven. Nothing you could say could stop me going home. I am not afraid to walk this world alone. Dude. It's such a good song. It's such a good song. I actually do my makeup similar to how he does it sometimes. Why is it? Oh, it's because shuffle is on. No, shuffle's not on. Why is it still shuffling my playlist? Why is it shuffling my playlist? It's okay. Also, I think I did this a little too short. Bye bye. Sleep well. Thank you for stopping by. It was nice seeing you. And I hope you have a good night's sleep. Mama, we all go to hell. Oh well now, mother, we're all gonna die. I can't sing too loud. I don't wanna annoy my roommates. We're all gonna die, and when we go, don't blame us. We let the fires just fade us. You made us so famous. I forgot his blush. I like to add a lot of blush to my characters. I don't know what it is, but we add the blush. Okay, I can't do blush the way I used to. You should have raised a baby girl. I should have been a better son. But anyways, how are you, Sleek? I hope you are doing well. I mean, I don't have to do the other eye since it gets blocked. I might just like copy paste it to the other side just so it's still there. The usual. Nice. I guess. You just came to say hi. Nice. Well, hello, Sleek. Okay, wait. As much as I like My Chemical Romance, I am gonna go back to my Nightcore playlist. Because that's what we came here for. And it just keeps playing. Okay. Wait. Where's the song I want to listen to? That wasn't it, but it's a song. Be my bad boy, be my man, be my weekend lover, but don't be my friend. Be my bad boy, but understand that I don't need you in my life again. Won't you be my bad boy, be my weekend lover, but don't be my friend. But understand that I don't need you again. No, I don't need you again. Can you tell which Nightcore songs I've listened to a lot in middle school? I know this is not that much shading in the original, but you know, I don't care. It's my drawing. I can add all the shading I want. Be my bad boy, be my man, be my weekend lover, but don't be my friend. Be my bad boy, but understand that I don't need you in my life again. Be my bad boy, be my man, be my weekend lover, but don't be my friend. Don't need you again. Don't need you again. Okay. Now I'm going to add in that dark eyeshadow that he has. Which that doesn't look like it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix it with this. So we could get a good transition for it. Behind the glass, this museum full of ash. Once a tickle, now a rash. This used to be a fun house, but now it's full of evil clowns. No time to start the countdown. if I'm doing this exactly how I wanted it to come out. But it's fine because we could just keep layering colors till I get it to where I want it to be. Which actually... his eyebrow is a lot lower than I put it originally. Because I think his head's angled a little bit down. This is okay, because we're just putting colors. Okay. I think it came out too red. I think I need to go less red. More of like a purple. Yeah, more to purple I think is where I should go. Ugh. I don't want to draw anymore. I think I'm done drawing for now. I'll keep working later, but I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night or whatever time it is for you guys. I'll see you